Hello, everybody. This is episode 6 of our podcast series, COTRI Talks. My name is Professor Dr. Wolfgang Georg Alt. I'm the CEO of COTRI, China Outbound Tourism Research Institute. Today, we have a very interesting panel discussion which happened during the online conference on behalf of the GITF Guangzhou International Travel Fair on August the 6th. We have 3 panelists who are talking about different new trends, including traveling with recreational vehicles, health tourism, and about new ways to reach your customers in China with an innovative way of using videos. I hope you will enjoy this episode. This week is part 1 of the first panel discussion, so next week will be part 2. We hope you enjoy. I'm now very happy to start the first panel, and for this I'm very honored to have 3 real experts in the field with me today. So we have Sumaira Isaacs, who is the CEO of World Tourism Forum Institute. Hi, Sumaira.
Hi.
And we have Peter Creutzig, who is the boss of MyCulture and some other companies and based in Switzerland and in Germany in Europe. Hi, Pete.
Hi.
And last but certainly not least, we have Jessica Beinecke, or how do you pronounce this American style? Beinecke,
but Beinecke is probably right.
As a German, I would say it's a Beinecke. And she is the one of the founders of I Know This Spot, and based in United States. Jessica, thanks for joining us. I know where you are. It's still early in the morning. Thanks that you got out of bed for us. So, so maybe we can start by simply that you can say a few more words about yourself and what you're doing, what your organization is doing, your company, and what is the connection with China and all that. So, Myra, if you want to start.
Thank you, Dr. Wolfgang, for organizing this. This is a very essential talk today, on the potential of Chinese travelers and how the world can benefit, and particularly on health tourism. So, myself, I'm the CEO of World Tourism Institute. World Tourism Institute is based out of UK, and it has some individual tourism forums which are organized around the globe. In particular, there's a huge footprint in Africa and a big, huge connection in Turkey, so which we will expand on today. And so we try to make tourism a catalyst for change for developing countries. There's a big focus on that how tourism can help play a role in the economic development and well-being, so forth. So very, very briefly. And we recently also launched a business school, the HAT, Hospitality, Aviation, Travel and Tourism Business School, which you are the founding dean of, which is our honor. And yes, that's in brief us.
Okay, thank you very much. Pete.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me here in this panel. I'm working based in Switzerland for almost 15 years. I'm into camper and camping RV tourism. We are always trying to connect the RV travels with experiences in the country. And what we see during the last year is a trend of self-driving and experiencing Switzerland and Germany and other countries through the own eyes and through traveling as a person itself, and to enjoy the freedom to travel around. And we're trying to make some connections and right now are working on a project connecting the growing demand within China, and to fulfill this with a special offer in Switzerland and Germany.
Okay, thank you very much. I mean, this is why this panel is called New Trends, because certainly health tourism and self-drive tourism with the pandemic, they were important before, but they have certainly become more important now that people care, of course, about all questions of safety, sanitation, and health, and that in domestic tourism in China, certainly a lot of people have been taking up self-drive tourism and RV as a chosen way of traveling. And but so when we talk about trends, it's not only what people are doing, but also how you communicate with them. And I think, Jessica, you can tell us about that.
Pete, I'm so fascinated by what you do, and self-driving and RV travel is something that we are also not only interested in, but fielding a lot of requests from our Chinese social media followers. So I can't wait to hear more about what you have to offer, and it's definitely on our bucket list to experience something like that. My name is Jessica Beinecke. 中文名字叫白洁，白色的白洁，白的洁。I am the CEO of I Know the Spot Productions. I'm based in the U.S. in Charleston, South Carolina, 南卡查尔斯顿. And here at I Know the Spot, we are storytellers who believe that authentic experiences start when you have the confidence to explore new cultures. We create Chinese language videos for clients that introduce their destinations and experiences to our more than 1 million Chinese social media followers in a fun, authentic, and most importantly, practical way. 今天我很开心和大家分享一下我们发现的一些有关旅游的独特见解，这些见解已经成为了旅游市场上的一些新常态。So today I'm really excited to share some insights we've identified that have already become the new normal in travel marketing. We've worked with global brands, produced more than 100 official destination partnership videos, and more than 2,000 culture-focused episodes, all in Chinese. And most importantly, we've been able to engage every single day with our Chinese social media followers on Chinese social media to create a vibrant community that is focused and passionate about travel, education, and culture, which is a unique combination. Right now, we are in the middle of a 10-week 10 U.S. university video production road trip promoting U.S. universities and the surrounding cities and adventures in China. We are 3 down and 7 to go. So I'm excited to share more.
Okay, very good. And from what I understand is that most of your followers are rather younger people. So that is rather the famous millennials, which is your audience. Yeah, so I think this is certainly something I touched on in my little presentation before briefly, that the time when you just you tell people what is basically the content of your, what would have been your brochures, your printed materials before, and you tell them the same stories you tell everybody, you don't gain much interest. And there's so much information for the Chinese consumers. They have to choose from what to listen to. So that this is certainly also, if you want to be heard and you want to tell them about the new offers, that you will need this kind of new forms of communication. Yeah, so I think this is certainly for everybody listening in and watching this panel, something to be interested to get some more details about this. So therefore, let's go back to Sumaira. And can you give us a bit more beef to the skeleton? So what is it? What makes World Tourism Forum Institute? And of course, yeah, the Hathe Business School Institute, where I'm involved in myself. What is the reason why we are saying that health tourism is such a huge opportunity for everybody who wants to get into the post-pandemic Chinese outbound tourism development?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Wolfgang. What an amazing panel here. It's so heartening to listen to Peter and Jessica. Wow, you know, you use, I mean, that Chinese language, it melts in when you speak, you know, it's beautiful. Thank you so much for that introduction. So, so why are we here today? You know, why am I in particular here? What is interesting for us as World Tourism Forum Institute and as HAT Business School, why the Chinese market? Of course, the main, there's a huge segue through Dr. Wolfgang, and his Chinese experience and knowledge, you know, is what attracted us in the first place. But over the last few months, we have seen that there is, you know, when you, especially in the post-COVID era, you are seeing that the Chinese GDP is stabilizing, you know, and much, you know, things are following the right trajectory. So this is a segment that the whole world is watching. You know, when the tourism does open up, the Chinese traveler, we know that there is going to be no bar at it, and you know, everybody will want them. So why Chinese traveler and health tourism in Turkey? So our organization has a huge Turkish footprint. Our founder is Turkey. Most of our team is based in Turkey. So we have a very, very profound and deeper understanding of how the Turkish tourism market operates. Okay, so one of the segments that Turkey has been highly successful in growing is really the segment of health tourism. So health tourism spans the whole scale from just recreational massage, spa, relaxing, and slimming, as well as many healthy mineral waters, medical checkups, modern machinery to hair transplants, and cosmetic surgery. These are some of the serious offerings in Turkey, and it's been there for years now. It's just that the world is beginning to wake up to it now, you know. And China is getting older as a society, more affluent, 55+% who need to take more care of their bodies after working hard for their careers and money, and younger Chinese are having a burnout problems. I think Jessica may be able to identify with that, being in permanent stress with 3 smartphones and typically 9 to 6 jobs 6 days a week. So Turkey, we feel, can offer help them in a combination of health-related activities and other tourism activities. It's a natural destination for the Chinese tourists. So until now, destinations like Turkey, we have missed on this huge opportunity, you know, and now the focus was on US, South Korea, and of course Thailand gets the Chinese health tourists. So why not Turkey? That's the big question that I'm here to explore today. You know, why is it that Turkey is not able to create that bridge, or if it is fundamentally there already or not? So that's what we as World Tourism Forum, we want to explore, and we have identified that there is a huge opportunity, and we can talk about it a little bit further down the program.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Yeah, certainly that is very interesting. And so I had the pleasure a few weeks ago to participate in one of the global summits of WTFI, which was in Bodrum in Turkey, which was the Davos on the seas. And certainly there are a lot of 5-star spas which are having their own mineral water sources, and so certainly this is something where
beautiful that part of Turkey.
Yes, and where we, so certainly you can calm down a bit from the rat race you have certainly going on in China 24/7 or 007, as you say in China, around the clock. And of course, Turkey is not the only country for that, but it's a good example how you can combine medical experience, and it is one of the top 5 destinations for global health tourism already, with some nice culture and heritage and sunshine tourism. So and this is of course one way where also the customers will do something for themselves personally. And I think, Pete, when we talk about self-drive and RVs, this is going in the same direction, that you are doing something for yourself, for your own experiences, and not just taking a photograph of something, but really having a deep experience, and also the opportunity to meet the local people and have real contact with the local landscape and the local culture. So how is the China connection in what you have been doing already for a long time in helping people to enjoy the beauty of especially Switzerland?
Yeah, thank you, Wolfgang. Imagine you walk through Lucerne on a normal day. It's full of tourists. It's full of Asian tourists. It's full of Chinese tourists. In the last years, before the pandemic, it was a really, really crowded place. Beautiful place, crowded place. So a couple of years ago, I thought there must be a better way for Chinese tourists to enjoy the beauty of Switzerland. And I think we see some main trends coming together. The camper lifestyle, camper van life, whatever you call it, is really, really growing. And also we have the mega trend, and I do have some great advisors for this project. We can see that the trend of self-driving is really growing in China. So the connection of driving around in an RV, having all possibilities of being on its own, and also touching down in certain spots, which is organized in advance, came to mind. And so we just need to connect these things which occur on the one hand in China and on the other hand in Switzerland. So to sum it up, we have the idea, we have the concept, and we're working on something called like curated RV tours, which give the Chinese tourists the possibility of feeling independently, of driving around on their own, but so to say, have a safety and security net. Everything is organized if they want. If they have any problems, we take care 24/7. And with the RVs, even in COVID times, you can give them distance. You can give them social distancing. You can give them the feeling having the home on the road, so being on their own if they want. And we try to mix these RV tours with a variety of activities and experiences. In best case, these are all experiences and activities which you cannot buy on a normal way, but which we can provide through our network and our connection and our partners. So it's our wish and our idea to bring together nature time, leisure time, family time, meaningful things, travel, of course collecting pictures, but also meeting interesting people, local people, as you said, experiences educational benefits, finding cultural things, finding things when they're interesting in food or games or sports. We have like a system of where you can just choose whatever you want and whatever your activities which are good for your kids or your wife or your family. So I think all this sums up in a pretty well way of having Chinese tourists enjoy Switzerland in a very, very safe way, in a way where we can work out a really, really nice program for a 7-day trip, or a week's trip. And we are very happy when we get going. We're almost ready to do and to launch the first trips. And to really think about that it's going to be a great thing. And maybe we can even come and get some help in storytelling and pushing it. Yeah, we can get into more details later on.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm sure quite a few of the Chinese tour operators watching this will come back and say, hey, I want to contact this guy. That sounds a really timely product. And also, but I've seen Chinese driving around in RVs in New Zealand, and their biggest problem was that the cars were driving on the wrong side of the road. So from their point of view, fortunately in Switzerland, they drive on the same side of the road like they do in China. So that will be one problem.
You can see in the back, of course, we have made a lot of evaluations, and what we see, what's really important, the cars that we offer to drive are first-class premium camper vans in the compact dimensions, so everybody can drive them. Nobody will get stuck in a pass like this that you see in the background. So these are excellent, up-to-date cars, premium quality, but not too big, compact cars, so you can enjoy all the little roads, all the little nice, beautiful hidden spots.
Very good, very good. Yes, and so certainly lots of good videos to be made about that. So Jessica, I think you have prepared a short video for us also to see what you are doing. So maybe we can first have a look at that. And so let's see what, and then you can maybe explain a bit more in detail. So let's first have a look at the video.
At I Know This Spot, we believe authentic experiences can change lives. Across more than 100 episodes, in small towns and big cities, from exhilarating thrills to the calm of nature, we've explored destinations to share what makes them iconic. The authentic story is in the food, the language, the traditions, and the people. It's in the culture. One of my favorite Chinese idioms I learned while living in China was 百闻不如一见. It means seeing for yourself is 100 times better than hearing from others. At I Know This Spot, our mission is to create content that inspires exploration. So, from China to Charleston, we're excited to work with your destination to explore what makes you unique.
让我们一起用中文给大家分享一下你的真实故事吧。欢迎中国游客来您这里玩。
Wow, that was something. Quite astonishing. And so, tell me, this is you said already you have done this already for some time. So how many years have you been, if I might ask the lady that question, how many years have you been doing this kind of videos already?
We've been making videos like this for 10 years now. It's our 10th year on Chinese social media. And we started off with language learning and cultural exchange, but quickly developed this content because of the growing group of Chinese outbound travelers. Pre-COVID was the largest group the world had ever seen. So our videos have really resonated because as we've been talking about here, it's about the local experiences and experiencing that authentic culture that Chinese travelers are really looking for.
So can you explain a bit how this is practically working? So if I'm Switzerland and I want you to do a video for me, so how is this working?
Well, I think Professor Wolfgang, you and I have talked a lot about defining success. It's not only just butts in seats, heads in beds, people in RVs or folks in the spa, but it's also the satisfaction of the traveler and their personal lasting connection with the authentic local culture and experience. And Pete, it looks like you're setting that up perfectly. From the feedback we've received from our followers on Chinese social media, nothing is more exciting to Chinese travelers right now than experiencing authentic local cultures. And that's exactly what our content focuses on. In Chicago, Illinois, we developed an entire foodie tour to go beyond just the Chicago hot dog and the deep dish pizza. We equipped Chinese travelers with the language and culture know-how they needed before they visited, so they can experience more when they got there. We dove into the winter mountain adventures of Mammoth Lakes, California, to demonstrate all of the fun activities that are there, but also explained to Chinese travelers what they could access when they got there and rent rather than bring. And I personally learned how to ski the day before that we shot that video. So it also demonstrated to them that you can come as a beginner. I'm also a natural skier, apparently, because I didn't fall down on video. And we also worked with Utah Office of Tourism to explore their magical national parks. We demonstrated how to rent a car when you arrive in Las Vegas and then drive 2 hours up into Zion National Park, which I'll get into more later. But all of those partners worked with us to not only entertain and demonstrate their amazing experiences and destinations, but we also worked with them to inform, encourage, and empower Chinese travelers with the local knowledge and information on culture that really inspires Chinese travelers to explore more with confidence. And that confidence is key. Setting up travelers with that language and culture info is setting them up to have the best possible time in that destination. They're not missing anything, and they're really going to feel like they're part of what they're about to experience before they even arrive.
I see. And so you're actually going there with your own camera team, and you're doing the filming directly there. So do you also use some stock materials or to show the different seasons, or how do you do that?
No, we create an entire, sometimes it's a regional guide or a city guide. We shoot everything mobile with iPhones and gimbals. And with the video, you see it really came to life and is very vibrant and engaging and quite an exciting demonstration. So we are on the ground. We are experiencing that local and authentic culture ourselves. And it really feels like a video that was made just for you when you watch it. And so that is why we think that partners should work with influencers, but work with KOLs that we refer to as knowledgeable hosts, those who create inspiring and informative content about the local and authentic culture and experiences that lead to more than just a like or a view.
Yes. I think this is a key point, because we have seen that in the past, everybody was paying lots of money to KOLs to stand in front of a camera and saying, I like this place. But of course, by now, also in China, people have learned they say this because they are paid for saying that, not because they really believe it. But I think from the videos you are doing, you can really clearly, you can feel the enthusiasm of what you are doing and that how much you are enjoying it. And so, yeah, I mean, this is learning skiing one day before. Yeah, I remember a long time ago when I was still a tour operator, I organized a trip to Mongolia on horseback, and arriving in Mongolia was the first time for me in my life to sitting on a horse. So that was a bit similar experience. And also I was told, don't fall off the horse because the next doctor is 500 kilometers away. So yeah, but with the skiing, that also, wow, that's a brave thing to do. So that is the end of part 1 of the panel discussion. Thank you everyone for listening to episode 6 of our podcast, COTRI Talks. And stay tuned for part 2, which will be published next week. You will find COTRI Talks on Spotify, YouTube, and Podbean, so please follow and stream. As always, stay safe and thanks for listening.